Today is currently January 10th, 2026. I would never hurt myself regardless who's trying to, pray on my downfall, whatever the case may be. No, if the train of thought for me, hello. Always be yourself, no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. I'm far from a catfish. If the train thought me, hello. Always be yourself. Authenticity always gonna win. You can't water down authenticity. It starts within. I'm now here, genuine love, respect. I am my biggest cheerleader. I love to talk about love. And the strength of me. Love is real. Love is one of a kind. Love. No, it's the strength of me. You ever was big single or whatever the case may be, you decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna go down, a lane where someone can relate to. Real. No, ever trade thought the only reason the whole of us said someone answered real, but they couldn't even see what you was talking about. It's the trade thought me. How the fuck you project your own pain, stupid? How this type of stuff actually happens. How individuals will project pain at the end of the day. Because you understood how to meet someone halfway. How this type of stuff actually happens. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself regardless who was preying on my downfall. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential, or let alone when someone overlooks you. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. No, it's not. It's the train of me. Hello. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one surely for you. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one surely for you. Far from a joke when you found real love. Far from a joke when you found real love. Far from a joke when you found real love. It was trained off of me. That authenticity is different. Someone walking into your life to truly show you a vision. Motivation is different. Someone praying for you not to give up on you. Someone got good expectations when it comes to the future. Who would have knew that boundaries is different? Because the past fumbled you, disrespect you at the end of the day. Trying to discover you, trying to ruin your reputation. Hold on one second, even project hate. But who would have knew that your future didn't hit like that? Because someone truly didn't have to dish you like that. When someone walked into you like to see you, hold on one second, keep it real with you. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments that energy is different. Someone walking into your life at the end of the day. They wasn't doing it for likes and views and clout chasing or fame. When someone truly showed you at the end of the day that true love wasn't competition at the end of the day. When someone's truly showing you, misery loves company was a part of your vocabulary. Someone trying to project insecurities on you, let them stay in the wrong direction, even when the weather was different at the end of the day, when it came to switching up, when it came to certain folks' emotions, when it came to depression, because they didn't want you to love somebody the most healthiest way. Because you'd be so surprised how folks would send you the evil lie. Because they don't want someone to maintain your smile. Someone didn't have to kick you down when they actually said at the end of the day, I love you the most healthiest way, not to fumble you. Besides, hold on one second, pray for not that in the most healthiest way, not against you. Because God's rejection, God's protection, they would never understand that, hold on one second, you was far from the issue when they tried to distract you. That chick and that dude that was plotting on your relationship. They didn't want you to be in a tax bracket at the end of the day when it comes to, hold on one second, loving yourself. But you found balance, not to dysfunctional yourself. Make yourself dysfunctional. A chapter they can't relate to. Hold on one second, wasn't competition when you was willing to trust you. You overcame so many obstacles when you almost lost you. But you found you to love you, to understand unconditional love started with them. When you wasn't competing when it come to someone's vision. When you understood the end of the day, God got me when it come to balance. That ain't just different. True love is not competition. True love ain't supposed to hurt. And especially when someone walks into your life to show you the proper direction. Someone prays for you, not against you. Hold on one second. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments, that peace is different. Wow. Peace. Not breaking you into pieces. That energy is different. Someone didn't have time for third conversations when it came to hold on 1 second, ruin your reputation. Projected insecurities on you because they didn't have time to waste when it came to third party conversation. Hold on 1 second. Who would knew that flex is different? Because you are one person only, and the love of your life didn't have to pretend the end of it. They say they love you. Just to hear it. Because certain folks will walk into your life just to make you feel like the end of the day, truly keeping it real with you, when they truly having pointless conversation with you behind closed doors. You'd be so surprised at the end of how folks will truly be plotting on you to hurt you mentally, spiritually, financially, or because you was willing to pour into a cup. Hold on 1 second to allow someone to feel at the end of the day they had a safe place, but only for you to realize the hold on 1 second you wasn't trying to escape yourself, or because someone couldn't maintain a conversation. Am I going too far? Nah, I'm not. I'm just getting started. And I said it respectfully. You ain't have to go to that terror to find real love. Only was the hold on 1 second real love found you when you least expected it, because someone knew how to be authentic, wasn't switching up on you. Who would have knew that someone knew how to respect you? It was certain doors that was closed in your life for all the right reasons. You're very so much thankful that she didn't overlook you when it came to your potential, because someone disrespected you when it came to your past. You almost got physical, almost got locked up because someone tried to play with your mental health when it came to hold on 1 second, when it came to your self-love, your confidence. They thought that you was weak, but you had a heart. All because hold on 1 second, they didn't understand how to respect you. Only rest of hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to lose myself for another day. It's a trade of it, because when the right person walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. Authentic love is different. You ask for multiple signs, and only God to show you at the end of the day God wasn't telling a lie. The devil, the enemy tried to discourage you, trying to point all these narratives at the end of the day, trying to confuse you. Only because you was hurting yourself with your own words, asking God to remove the negative energy, only for God to not to overlook you. God allowed you to see why certain doors in your life was open for all the right reasons. True love was supposed to hurt you. Wow, when someone finally came into your life, maintaining your smile was a blessing. Who would have knew motivation is different when someone truly understands the end of the day? I just want to see you smile more. I just want to be part of your life at the end of the day, to show you that true love is possible. You gain the love of best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. When it come to he say, she say, when it come to their pain, they don't want you to maintain your smile because someone didn't have to project pain. You'd be so surprised who'll be praying on your relationship before it even started. You'd be so surprised who'll be sending you the evil eye when it comes to that healthy relationship. Hold on 1 second, when it comes to your conscience, how this type of stuff actually happens. Or because someone knows how to love. That was their favorite love language. Hold on 1 second, balance is different. Because someone didn't have to dim your light when it came to your potential. When you almost gave one a loved apartment. Only rest the hold on 1 second. Something that you was willing to get used to. A new weather. Not ever trait that we call love. I gotta go. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Your past was whooping your ass right to left. And I don't mean no disrespect. I don't mean a hand problem, but hold on 1 second. Made you feel, hold on 1 second, emotionally drained. Made you feel like you wasn't worthy of holding the conversation another day. They disrespected you, made you feel like you wasn't worthy. Some had hand problems. The end they misled you with pain, made you feel like that having a blackout was the norm at the end day for someone to do you wrong, rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. Made you feel like, hold on 1 second, having a heart was being weak. But who would have knew at the end of the day true love wasn't supposed to hurt? Only for someone to truly show you what growth looks like up close, and the person that got you woke. When it come to your future, because someone was trying to fumble you because your past don't live in your reality today. That ain't just different. You prayed against the enemy. You prayed to show up for yourself, only as the hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to overlook yourself when it comes to your growth, on your opinion. You almost checked out a couple of times, all because of the season. That relationship, it didn't work out. That marriage, it didn't work out. They didn't see your worth when it come to your growth, but who would have knew that true love wasn't complicated? At the end of the day, for someone to love you, to meet your energy, who would have knew at the end of the day the love of your life would be part of your future? That LOV was just insane out loud. Action spoke loud and words. At the end of the day, so much we holding you down. Your biggest cheerleader up close and person behind closed doors. It was never for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame to do you wrong. It be the train of thought for me. Someone's trying to project insecurities on you. Having a cake and eat it type of energy at the end of the day because they only saw you. Someone wasn't wearing a mask to mislead you with pain. Even when the next door neighbor in different tags back at the end of the day was sending you the evil lie because they didn't want you to see love was truly real at the end of the day. They want you to be in a mindset of being your your worst prisoner, hurting yourself with your own words when it comes to someone loving you. How this type of stuff actually happens, but God doesn't like ugly. When God was protecting your health when it comes to your mental growth at the end of the day, because God was showing you why you was worthy of someone loving you properly. When God was holding his hands and her hands over this relationship, divine timing. Hold on one second, that energy is different. When God spent the block for all the right reasons, they would never understand it. Even exchange, your prayers was answered. Because the person that walked into your life, the love of your life, the one that didn't have to pretend. I may not pray the same, but who would have knew someone was praying for you, not against you? That motivation is different. Someone bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments, that energy is different. Opposites sometimes do attract. But who would have knew at the end of the day, true love was not far from whack. No, it hasn't changed on me. True love was not whack. It hasn't changed over me. You ever dealt with somebody dumbass and they ever trained on me, goddamn fool? Ever trained on me? A fool will come into your life and make you feel like you gotta disturb your own peace. Ever trained on me? You ever was respecting someone? You ever poured into somebody and only for them to say that you're whacking your corner, you're a nobody? That you're doing too much because you knew how to love somebody? You actually brought someone actually better days ahead and they understand your remedy at the end of the day? Or because they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. They don't talk about you like a bad habit. But when God was showing you, don't dim your light. Never allow someone to distract you from treating yourself right. Because when someone sees you, respect you, it's not just about your look. It starts with them when it comes to your beauty. And I said that respectfully, having a beautiful heart, going with them. They were never to stay. They can't hurt you another day. Oh, my goodness. Nah, for real. Always be yourself and never feel wrong for expressing yourself to the wrong person. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But never allow yourself to make yourself feel because that relationship didn't work out or the talking stages didn't work out and someone didn't see your worth or they called you ugly, slow, stupid, and retarded, or you was too much of a lover person, or you was too much of a kind person, you was too much of a respectful person, you was too much of a loyal person, you was too much in a healthy way to somebody. And because they didn't see your worth, someone understood at the end of the day, I want to see our growth. It's the trade on me. What a future, beautiful. It's the trade on me. That energy is different. No, for real. A motherfucker would think that you missing out. No. Because when the right person walks into your right, I'm going to say this respectfully. When the right person walks into your life at the end of the day, growth and maturity is different, regardless if you came from poverty and pain. What's the most stupidest shit I ever heard at the end of the day? No, ever slacked on me. How when your past and day, regardless of talking stages or not, y'all was in a relationship at the end of the day, this motherfucker got the audacity to sit there and say, you know what? You was good to me. No, it's a trait on me. I wasn't healed enough for you, motherfucker. It's a trait on me. When you come across somebody, I say this to you. Not only do I want to change for me, but I want us to grow together. It was trait on me. When you find somebody, regardless they're broken or not, and when you that type of individual, and you know at the end of the day what your heart feels for somebody authentically, and you truly are invested into pouring into them. And I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about time. But you're willing to still get yourself together at the end of the day. If someone can't see that, never allow someone to hurt you with their words. Never allow yourself to stay somewhere longer than what you're supposed to. This is what happens when you understand maturing. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're stupid, you're slow, you're dumb for expressing yourself to the wrong person that didn't see your worth or that didn't see your potential, that couldn't respect you. Imagine just pouring into someone, just to be empty. And only for them to realize that, damn, that person was a blessing to me. That person wasn't trying to be my mother, my father. That person wasn't trying to hurt me. That person never disrespected me. That person never had malicious intentions towards me. But you made it seem at the end of the day, the enemy, that this person was such a bad person. This person was this person was that, this person was this. Because you wanted to control the narrative and try to ruin a good person. Regardless to what trials and tribulations that person went through in their life at the end of the day, one thing they still knew how to do is love somebody and still try to show up for themselves and give whatever else was left within them, regardless to what trials and tribulations they've been through, regardless they've been domestic violence situation, regardless they've been through hate crime, they've been part of gang stalking, regardless they've been part of whatever it is at the end of the day, they still was able to show up for you. It's disgusting to see how individuals will come into your life, one, to hear your past, and trauma bond you and try to act like at the end of the day, they know what you're feeling. They understand where you're coming from. Just to use that and use that against you in the long run at the end of the day. That's not real love. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. True love is not supposed to hurt. And true love is not manipulation. And true love is damn not spell work. It's like it's someone at their free will. How this type of stuff actually happens to men and women. How when someone walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. You know, talking stages was cool and fine and dandy. Only was the hold on 1 second. Someone's trying to change, you know, when it come to your future. They just want to make time and day make it better when it come to common sense of future so fruitful. Because when you get the right person in your life, they pray for you, not against you. They don't look at you like competition. They don't got to put their hands on you. And they damn sure ain't got to disrespect you. And I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. Or let alone when you're in a relationship with somebody, in a healthy relationship with somebody, and you have the right person in your life, whatever dream that you have within you, regardless to what it is to pursue, that person is your biggest cheerleader. And I say that respectfully. They may not understand it. They may not get it. But when you ain't got malicious intention trying to better yourself in life at the end of the day, as long as you're happy, that's what brings them a safe place within. Because they know at the end of the day, as long as you maintain your smile, they ain't trying to kick you down, besides continue to root you on. Everybody's not the same. And I say that respectfully. It doesn't matter if someone came from a single-family household or not, or abusive household or not, or they saw certain structures in the household that was the norm when it comes to dysfunctional behavior. It's individuals that came from a single-family household or not at the end of the day that still knows how to love somebody, that still knows how to be someone's protector, that still knows how to hold a conversation, that still knows how to be emotionally available, that still knows at the end of the day, I see you. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. It don't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age when it comes to someone pouring into you. And I say that respectfully. And I don't wish bad on nobody, because you could be fine today, God forbid, and sick tomorrow. The right person will stick by your side. The right person is not pushing you away. The right person is not dogging you down, talking about this BITCH you're wearing a diaper today. This BITCH is sick and retarded. It's a chain of thought for me. I'm tired. I can't do doctor's appointments. I can't do this. I can't do this. It's overwhelming. The right person will stick by your side. That right person that put that ring on your finger that said I do, it didn't matter about no documentation at the end of the day. When that person couldn't get into the hospital because they said the hospital was locked down. That person couldn't get into that hospital because at the end of the day, an altercation happened or whatever case may be, and someone couldn't get into the entrance or whatever case may be. It's too many people on the floor, whatever case may be. That person did not stop loving somebody. That person did not stop showing up for somebody. That person did not stop loving somebody. That person did not stop praying for their relationship and for the person they're in love with. And especially when two people are on the same page. They said fairy tales ain't real, but that's a lie. Because that same man or woman that came into your life, that spark that you had that very first sight, there's men and women, grown-ass men and women that act their body weight because they came from poverty and pain, and they still have day-to-day struggles. They still have a spark with somebody. They still see that person from 20 years ago at the end of the day, 16 years ago, 10 years ago, you put a name in your book. They still look at them the same. Wow. They didn't have to cheat on them. They didn't have to manipulate their way into their life. They didn't have to disrespect nobody. They didn't have to put their hands on nobody at the end of the day. They may have had a couple of arguments. They may have been behind on a couple of bills. They may have been short on a couple of groceries and ingredients when it comes to their cabinets or their fridge at the end of the day. But they truly did love each other. And they still do. And they still look at each other the same. Some have families. It's a sin of thought for me. You know, not everybody, regardless of their culture at the end of the day, was doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame when it comes to having the right person in your life. And I say that respectfully. Because when the right person walks into your life, yes, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no misintentions. Because true love is not complicated. It's not. And especially when you know how to express yourself, meet someone halfway, emotionally available. And when you have that safe place with the right person, being emotionally available is not going to hurt you. Being emotionally available at the end of the day is not going to stay in the wrong direction. You know, when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. You know, never give up on yourself regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not. Never allow someone to dim your light and make you feel like you're not worthy of prospering in life, regardless to what department someone works in, regardless if you're a content creator or not. They want you to project fear in you, or they want you to be insecure. They don't want you to show up for yourself. They want you to be in a mindset nobody's showing up for you. They want you to be a crash out. They say that you're not going to prosper in life. Your dreams won't come true, or whatever the case may be, regardless if you're an actor or a musician or whatever the case may be, whatever you are. You don't necessarily have to be that. And I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself and allow someone to dim your light, regardless of what community you're in at the end of the day. You know, gang stalking is real. You don't have to know somebody for someone to gang stalk you and monitor your every move, make money off you, and then call you slow, stupid, and retarded, how you a bum, B-I-T-C-H, or they projecting spoke, or send you the evil eye, or they hacking your devices or your accounts, or whatever the case may be. How they control your mail, your packages, they rerouted your packages, your mails, they monitor your phone calls, they use devices to make sure at the end of the day your phone calls get rerouted. They use devices at the end of the day to try to paint you out to be mentally unstable. When it comes to they cloning your devices or whatever the case may be, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. But gang stalking is real. And it doesn't matter how old someone is for someone to monitor your every move, to try to project fear in you. Never stop choosing you. And I say that respectfully, regardless to what it is that you're doing in life. You know, we all don't pray the same, and I'm far from a hater. And I say that respectfully. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, faith, hope, it's within. Individuals will try to project that self-love is not worthy. Never allow someone to make you feel like because you wear your heart on your sleeve at the end of the day, that you're weak, that you're slow, you're stupid, and you're retarded. Or because someone laughed at your boundaries, someone laughed at your growth, someone laughed at your maturity, but then they said that nobody F with you, nobody give a fuck about you, nobody this, nobody that, or whatever the case may be. See, they pick and choose who can curse, they pick and choose who can talk about narcotics, who can talk about the devil, the enemy. It be chin thought for me. Never allow someone to get you discouraged. And I say that respectfully. Choosing you. Because they're projecting their insecurities on you. How individuals will say that you ain't got potential. But then they gang stalk you, hack your devices, your accounts, your emails, monitor from the time that you go to the doctor's office, and nobody even know where the fuck you go at the end of the day. How they know you go to the doctor's office over there? No, ever trained over me. Rerouting your doctor's information. Trying to poison your food, your drink, your narcotics, all types of stuff, sending you spoke or sending you the evil eye, or sending spoke towards folks that's trying to come towards you. How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, you have men and women that's in relationships, or, you know, you have a coven, or that man, that woman, that elderly person that's watching your every move to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. They say that you're a bum, but they're making money off of you, but you're the bum. They taking your creativity and say that you're a bum. Or they're trying to monitor every move. They say that you didn't have potential, but they taking God's swag, trying to take bits and pieces of it at the end of the day. It's a sin of thought for me. Never get discouraged. Gang stalking is real, especially when you never sign up for someone's one-sided contract. Never give up on yourself. It don't matter about your culture when it comes to gang stalking. It don't matter about your religion when it comes to gang stalking or your spirituality, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's preying on my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. When it comes to gang stalking, these individuals will monitor your device, like, and clone it or whatever case may be. They will control it to the point where they want to paint you out to be crazy. They want to paint you out to be delusional, so folks will look at you that you're mentally unstable. How this type of stuff actually happens. Because they said that nobody's going to ever believe you anyway. They work together amongst groups. It's a train of thought for me because they don't want you to prosper. How this type of stuff actually happens. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Loving yourself is not a crime. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. They removed my live. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. And I'm on YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I post every single day on all platforms. And I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. And my content is not for everyone.
No, ever straight don't be got done. It's not, and that's okay.
Even when it comes to gang stalking, individuals even act like they know you at the end of the day. But then they said that you're mentally unstable.
It's the straight of me. Hold on 1 second. It's straight of me. They gang stalking, but they said that you mentally unstable. Sounds like someone got a problem.
And it's not true. And especially when you're not trying to hurt yourself or others around you. But they will plot that against you at the end of the day to set you up or blackmail you against you to make it something that you're somebody you're truly not. Because they're already preying on your crash out moment. They're already preying on your downfall because you're willing to choose you. How this type of stuff actually happens. No mother or father should lose a child due to someone's lack of self-control or someone's projected spoke or sending someone an evil lie or because someone got jealousy or envy or insecurity within them. No mother or father should lose a child, and I say that respectfully. Or a mother or father should never be stripped away from their child because someone lacks self-control, because someone wants to make a mother and father life miserable, or someone wants to make a mother and father feel like they're unfit, or make society look at a mother and father and that they're not stable parents at the end of the day, or that they're crazy talking out their head when they start to express themselves as to what they're experiencing when it comes to trying to fight for their child at the end of the day. When a mother and father is a prayer warrior, a protector, a provider, and they're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame, when they show for their child, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days, everybody's not the same.
No, ever straight of me. Oh, it be yourself.
I said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday just because moments. Call your energy back, neighbor, neighbor, when you're far from a hater. Call your auntie back. Call your energy back. All that negative energy, return back to sender. Call all your energy back for all the right reasons at the end of the day. Regardless of what you're going through, trial and tribulations, they will never understand self-love has different motivation. Hold on 1 second. Wasn't seeking revenge besides being a true teller. It's going to bother certain folks mental when it comes to hold on 1 second. Them truly not being woke, but hold on 1 second. Growth hits different on you when it comes to hold on 1 second. Your third eye allow you to see why God should allow you to multiply them blessings right to left when God's pointing in the right direction. Didn't have to sell your soul when it came to the devil. They would never understand. We didn't have to pray the same because you fall from a hater. Hold on 1 second. That confidence hits different. Always be yourself. Loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one, regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me. When people threaten your life that nobody will believe you, and it takes multiple people within communities or zip codes at the end of the day, and if someone got more money or whatever the case may be, never allow that to stop you from believing in a dream that can come true. And that's you. You choosing you. And I say that respectfully because you are the gift to yourself. And I say that respectfully. Authenticity starts within. They can't duplicate authenticity. They can't water down your creativity. Regardless of how much spell work they're doing, regardless of when they see the evil eye or magic, whatever the case may be, when you're a child of God, that energy is different. And you actually mean what you say who you mean, what you said when you said who you was that day. You yourself. Regardless of whomever had the plot or try to ruin your reputation at the end of the day, never stop choosing yourself. And especially when you know how to take accountability for your actions and you don't run from your past. Regardless if it had to take individuals to hack your devices and they the ones that's the criminals the whole entire time.
No, it's the trick on me, stupid asses. It's the trick on me. They watch your dumb ass. It's the trick on me. I told you.
Told you what? It's a train of thought for me. How when God reveals the enemy, let alone the devil, regardless to how close they are, never allow someone to make you feel like you're not worthy. And I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, what a mother prays for and a father prays for is especially the ones that don't do it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. The ones that actually show up for their child regardless they sick or not, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They want their child to be safe regardless of what environment they in. They want their child to be in a healthy relationship. And they want their child to be around the right people with normal intentions. That's a mother and father's prayer at the end of the day. And for their child to be safe, and for their child to know at the end of the day, never allow someone to dim your light when it comes to pursuing a dream when you ain't got malicious intentions.
And you fall from the hater. I gotta go. No, for real. Because, you know, everybody don't dibble and dabble with that magic weird shit or whatever case may be, or that hate and raid and all that weird shit. No, that's the trick, though, man. I know how to put respect on my neighbor's name. I gotta go.
I'm Nayaj, and you all respect my content is not for everyone. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I will be going live tonight at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube. Yeah. And from my other video, I had said, and I want to say this again. Regardless if someone has more than you or not, and if you're a content creator or not, or just an entrepreneur, if someone disrespects you and say, oh, your fan base ain't strong enough, or you ain't got people supporting you, but these are the same people that's watching you, trying to make sure that you don't have a light so nobody can see you, never stop showing up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. You know, me personally, for me to be disrespected by someone that's older than me, regardless if they're in the industry or regardless if they're just a regular, normal person, because I don't look at people in the industry like
famous people. It's the trick of you, a regular person to me. It's the trick of me. Hello.
But it's a train of thought for me. Instead of someone showing you respect, they rather kick you down. Instead of someone being your mentor, they rather kick you down. Instead of someone giving you word of encouragement, they rather kick you down. And it's disgusting to see at the end of the day how individuals can be older than you and disrespect you. You know, gang stalking is real. It's currently, I'm 32 minutes into this video and it's 4:06. And I say that respectfully. My service is perfectly fine. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, this is what they try to do, try to distract you at the end of the day, to make you feel at the end of the day that your voice does not matter, but never stop showing up because this type of stuff actually happens. It doesn't matter if someone's in an industry or not, because this type of normal activity happens when it comes to someone's mental health. And at the end of the day, they don't know how to respect you, how this type of stuff actually happens. Because when the right people walk into your life, they're not kicking you down. They're not disrespecting you. They don't got malicious intentions towards you at the end of the day. It's a train of thought for me. How individuals would see that you got potential, they would take pieces of you at the end of the day and try to paint you out to be as a copycat, paint you out to be a hater, or whatever the case may be. Nah, it's not even like that. It's a train of thought for me. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself.
No, it's the trick of me. Always be yourself.
Because this type of stuff actually happens. Individuals, mothers, and fathers kicked them down before they actually saw their dream or before they actually saw life itself. Now everybody's household was the same. So because I'm speaking upon something, now I'm being targeted. I'm being disrespected. I'm being shadow banned. I'm being this. I'm being that. I'm being pointed out at the end of the day that I'm not worthy of choosing myself. It's a train of thought for me. How individuals, when they gang stalk you, they use certain devices at the end of the day to connect to your devices to control what you got going on in your background at the end of the day. What happens when it comes to gang stalking? It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman at the end of the day. And then when you start to speak up for yourself, they quit. They say that you're mentally unstable, that this type of stuff is not actually happening because they want to get you locked up, put you in the cycle, how this type of stuff actually happens in the day. I don't live in fear. How is somebody's mother or father right now that wasn't their support team? And then they got to go out into a world, come across strangers, and to continue to deal with strangers being disrespectful at the same time. At the end of the day, if someone is not for you, keep it pushing. You see potential within somebody, you keep watching somebody, you watching them, like, damn, this shorty got skills. They doing their thing. And because it's them, and you saying they ain't got a fan base at the end of the day, but they still keep pushing. They keep showing up for themselves without the support. But evidently, at the end of the day, you see something within them at the end of the day that's so special, but you couldn't put respect on their name. But you took parts and pieces from them, took their creativity, took their ideas, or took what they had going on at the end of the day and made it your narrative. How this type of stuff actually happens. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. I'm not your genuine love respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. You know, gang stalking is real. It really is. And I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. And I never gave nobody permission to make money off of me or to use my creativity as their own. And I say that respectfully, regardless of who believes me or not. At the end of the day, God sees everything. And I don't live in fear. And you shouldn't either, because your voice does matter. Never allow someone's projection determine to dim your light, because you willing to show up for you. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. Regardless to if you're coming from poverty and pain or not. Regardless if you may be short on a bill or two. Regardless if at the end of the day you may not have no food in your fridge. Your voice does matter. And never allow someone to discourage you because they got more than you. Or never allow someone to discourage you because they see potential within you and when you never wanted their position in the day. Because an individual that see that you got potential, they don't want you to prosper faster than them when it never was a race. And y'all don't even attract the same people.
Now, the strength of it when you want to try to catch a case, I gotta go.
One thing I don't do is run from he say, she say, regardless if they loud at me or not. And I don't run from my past. And I say that respectfully. I know how to take accountability for my actions, regardless to who's gang stalking me or who hacked my devices or not at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Continue to cool your energy back on a frequency on a frequent basis. And I say that respectfully. And this is to the genuine ones with no misintentions. The ones that are
not haters, no, the straight on me. The ones ain't got time to be doing that gang stalking, the evil, all that weird shit. It's straight on me.
Always be yourself. And I say that respectfully. Because there's somebody that didn't believe in you. And it's someone at the end of the day that didn't know how to approach you. And it's someone at the end of the day that was praying against you. But who would have knew? God allows you to see why you turned around and showed up for you. You mad and you worthy. Healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. I'm 37 minutes into this video. This is my second live for the day. I just posted 2 videos on Facebook, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. and it's currently 4:11 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine love respect, and my content is not for everyone. Loving yourself is not a crime, and it's not a crime to be authentic. And I say that respectfully. How showing up for yourself, it was never about cloud chasing, likes and views, or whatever the case may be. Because when authenticity walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They don't look at you like competition, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. They don't. They don't look at you like competition. You know, gang stalking is real. And I say that respectfully. How these individuals hack your devices and they control the background of your devices or whatever the case may be, whatever equipment that you're using, just to try to distract you. But I'm still going to continue to show for myself because I do not live in fear. How someone can be in the next room from you or the next block from you. You'll be so surprised how far this stuff actually travels at the end of the day. For them to try to control your device. How they can try to make you feel at the end of the day that you're mute. I don't live in fear, and you shouldn't either. My content is not for everybody. Always be yourself when it comes to showing up for you, and especially when someone wants to dim your light. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Never allow a man or a woman to threaten your life when they took your kindness or weakness and threaten you that nobody will hear you, see you, or respect you at the end of the day because they got multiple people that work in different departments or people that got more money at the end of the day to ruin your life. Always show up for you and never allow someone to make you feel like you gotta live in fear. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. And when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And I say that respectfully. It's just me. I don't do any third-party conversations when it comes to my creativity until God sends the right people into my life. And I say that respectfully. How individuals will act like they had a conversation with you when it comes to certain apps, or they will make up conversations, or let alone they would use you would be on the phone with your own personal conversation in the day, and you think you're on the phone with customer service, they would use that to blackmail you against you and make it seem in the day that they had a whole conversation with you and they never did. How this type of stuff actually happens. They will project spoke towards individuals trying to come towards you. They will project spoke towards you, all because you're willing to show up for you. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and we all don't pray the same, and I'm far from a hater. I would never hurt myself, and I don't care how anybody pay me out to be at the end of the day. I would never hurt myself. You call me slow, stupid, retarded. At the end of the day, authenticity, that was God's blueprint within me for me to show up for me. Regardless of poverty and pain at the end of the day, I would never stop showing up for me. I love myself. I would never hurt myself or others around me, regardless to their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age, regardless if they look at me like competition or nothing today.
No, you have to trade though, because you know what? Everybody not supposed to be part of your journey, and it's okay. I gotta go.
I'm not your genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I'm 40 minutes into this video. Peace and respect, your neighbors, the love of humanity. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. You know, regardless if you're a content creator or not, never get discouraged when someone threatens your life that they will stop certain people from seeing your videos because of the fact that you're willing to show up for yourself. And at the end of the day, they try to ruin your reputation. The background noise at the end of the day didn't discourage you, but you are worthy. You're beautiful. You're handsome. Never allow someone to stop your vision. Faith. You stepped out. You understood. You walk by faith, not by sight. Continue to show up for you, and I say that respectfully, regardless to who's rooting for you or not. Be your biggest cheerleader. It was never for cloud chasing, likes and views of cloud chasing fame, because God was never for sale. We all don't pray the same. I don't push God on nobody today because my content is not for everybody. But when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no misintentions. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, I don't wish this on nobody. But if you ever experienced it in the day, you're healing from a hate crime, or you're healing from gang stalking in the day, your voice does matter, and I say that respectfully. It does. These individuals invaded your privacy. They disrespected you. They threatened you silently. And they still continue to monitor your every move at the end of the day. Your voice does matter. And never allow someone to get you discouraged at the end of the day from showing up for yourself. My content is not for everyone. Today is currently January 10th, 2026. I'm 42 minutes into this video, and it's 4:16 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'll be going live this evening at 10:15 p.m.
Now, that's my last line for the evening. It's straight on me. I got 2 videos on Facebook. It's straight on me. I gotta go. Stop the fireworks.
When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I know how to give respect and flowers due when it's due at the end of the day. Regardless if you got more than me or not, I'm far from a hater. We ain't the same neighbor.
No, the straight on me.
You know, when God sends the right people into your life, they act their body weight and their shoe size. They wasn't looking at you like competition when they know how to respect you. They want you to become better than yourself at the end of the day when it comes to your reflection. They wasn't trying to ruin your reputation when it come to hold on 1 second, fumbling you, you know, projecting your past on you, because they actually knew at the end of the day, I'm praying for not against you. Respect is different. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Gang stalking is real. It really is. I would never hurt myself, and I'm far from a catfish.